Hello there, my name is John and I am a nobody. I'd like to talk today a little bit about the late departed Nikki Sudden and his brutal honesty. After his unexpected demise, I was given a phone call by a woman who I knew, and I was in fact the first person to be notified, probably because I knew the woman, and secondly because my surname starts with a B, so I was probably at the top of Nikki's address book. A few weeks later, I got a call from somebody I knew who I'd played with before, a guitar player, and it was obvious what he wanted. He wanted to find out the true reason for Nikki's demise. There was actually an obituary in a magazine, a famous magazine called Der Spiegel in Germany, and he probably thought to himself, well, hang on, I know somebody who plays with Nikki, or used to play with Nikki, and if anybody knows, he will know. Well, I did know, but I didn't tell him because Nikki's parents were still alive, and the cause of death was, of course, as we all know now, a toxic substance which had been taken. It was and led to his death. So kids, stay off drugs is my message. Anyway, it was a very sad experience, which I still, after all these years, have problems talking about. Nikki used one particular substance, which meant that he would often fall asleep at the wheel while driving, which is not good. And it was certainly not good for me. And it was also not good for me when I met Nikki before going to a gig in Frankfurt, which is a long drive. And I just nonchalantly asked him if he'd had a good night's sleep. And he said no, he hadn't really slept. He hadn't slept a wink, which was not great news. We got to the gig safely, and it was a great gig. I remember because I was wearing a blue shirt, which by the end of the sets and the encores, plural, was completely black. The blue shirt had turned black because of the sweat, but I don't really sweat very much normally, like Prince Andrew. And it was just a very unforgettable experience. Nikki was very honest in many respects, and I trusted him. And when it came to money, I trusted him. Stefan, my favorite Frenchman, the drummer, and I supported him for many years, and we got paid a standard fee, if you like, was not that much. And Nikki had offered us to the rhythm section a very fair deal. It was, we take a third of all his royalties for every song we record on, but we wouldn't get paid the paltry sum that we usually did. So Stefan turned it down, which is fair enough. He had his reasons. And we continued on as we were. Nikki once was so honest to me that he said he was considering stopping making music altogether. I remember it like it was yesterday. And a very strange, we met up at his house and he was just leaving. And he told me this. I don't think he answered my question because I don't remember it. And I'm sure I would have. But I said to him, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Very strange story, the whole thing with Nikki. He was, in many respects, a person you could rely on. And I did rely on him because of his honesty. We once played in Vienna at a place called the Chelsea Club, and it was underneath the railways, but it was quite a big club and it was well frequented. And Nikki came up and in all honesty he just said to me, God, I made a lot of money tonight from the merchandising. And this impressed me because most people would have said, look, I made a lot of money from the merchandising. I'll give you and Stefan a little bit extra. But no. He was brutally honest. And he just told me to my face that he made a lot. He told me how much it was. And it was a good night for him. So I take my hand off to Nikki and to his honesty, and I hope you're keeping well and taking care of yourself and those you love, and I hope to see you in the next one. Tschüssikowski. It's a lovely day.